Assalamualaikum and hi. In this video, we are going to talk about money in Islamic perspective. The discussion will be focusing on theory of money, application, and issues.
When discussing money from the Islamic perspective, it relates to the protection of wealth. Firstly, ownership of anything in existence absolutely belongs to Allah Ta'ala. In Surah Taha verse 6, Allah Ta'ala says, "To Him belongs what is in the heavens and what is on the earth and what is between them and what is under the soil." Secondly, this implies that we human beings are only the guardians of whatever entrusted to us. Thirdly, justice must be established according to Islamic principles, starting from determining the creation process of money to the exchange mechanisms and safeguarding from any elements of interest in any transactions. In other words, money in Islam should be circulated to promote socio-economic justice. Speaking of the material from which money is made, the early history of Islam relating to money revolved around employing gold and silver, which have inherent values, yet the modern world has resolved to those other than the two, that the value of money is prone to fluctuations. The Islamic jurisprudence names money as nuqud or thaman interchangeably, whereby the former means wherever materials accepted as an exchange medium regardless of what it is made of. Gold currency system is said to be more stable than fiat money. However, the latter is used more in the modern world, with the argument that gold is a scarce property and its mobility is less practical compared to paper money.
However, does it mean that the application of gold dinar has expired? The question is, does metal form of money still being applied in today's world, even though we know that gold dinar has expired due to the delinquency in altering metallic content back then in Ottoman era? So the answer is yes. There is evidence showing that gold dinar has been well received by a large portion of the Malaysian community, thus making the effort to restore the supremacy of gold dinar as a currency. The restoration of gold dinar exists due to the suggestion from Malaysian Prime Minister Tun Mahathir due to the current monetary system has failed to fend off currency speculators attack in Asian currency crisis 1997. So the application of gold dinar in Malaysia can be seen in the international trade, electronic payment system e-dinar, investment, reserve, pilgrimage transaction, zakat payments, souvenirs, and wedding dowry. For example, e-dinars operates in e-dagang where online buying and selling transactions are done in gold and service. So this new innovation of gold dinar is to prevent the holding of gold everywhere and also for security reasons.
The time value of money in Islamic perspective is totally different from the conventional one. The return available to the individual saver does not always related to the riba-based transaction. The concept of time value of money in the context of Sharia is established from the fact that Sharia prohibits mutual exchange of gold, silver, and monetary values unless it is done simultaneously. However, the fact that Islam forbids riba doesn't mean that it is against the concept of positive time preference. Furthermore, time valuation is possible only when goods are traded, not when exchanging monetary values and loans or debt. It is because the concept of time valuation is possible only in business and trade of goods, not in monetary exchange and loan or debt. The important conclusion view in Islam is time value of money is acceptable in respect of the pricing of assets and its usufruct, and it is not acceptable with regard to any addition to the principle of loan or debts.
Next, I will talk about riba issue. As we know, riba is a concept in Islam that refers broadly to the concept of growth, increasing or exceeding, which in turn forbids interest credited from loans or deposits. The term of riba has also been roughly translated as the pursuit of illegal, exploitative gains made in business or trade under Islamic law akin to usury. There are a few opinions about riba based on Holy Quran and Hadith. The classic commentator clarified in Surah Al-Imran verse 130 had discussed about riba al-jahiliyah, which is implemented in the pre-Islamic period. Meanwhile, the Sahih al-Bukhari had mentioned a few numbers of hadiths that dealing with riba al-fadl. In fact, the payment of commissions to the depositors of or charging some fees from the borrowers were literally named as riba. It is strongly prohibited because Islam needs to ensure the equity of exchange, promote the charity and helping others through kindness. In short, we need to avoid riba in our daily life as it is contrary to our Sharia compliance. All in all, we can say that it is important to gain knowledge about money in Islam, theoretically and practically. As a Muslim, we need to observe many things in terms of halal and haram, as stated in Holy Quran and Hadith. As we know, Muslims nowadays are not aware about their usage of money, and the worst part is, they cannot use their money wisely. However, all this kind of attitude can be under control if we practice the knowledge about money in Islam. In addition, we can take an example from the period of Prophet Muhammad, as Muslims on that time had used dinar and dirham in their daily life. But then, they found some problems, for instance, inequality in exchange dinar and dirham with goods purchased. Therefore, presently we had changed to paper money to make those things easier than before. From this phenomena, we need to be grateful for these given favors so that we can carry on our life peacefully and prosperously. Last but not least, as a Muslim, we need to practice an Islamic lifestyle, especially when using money in our daily life.